Unmuted. We're going to get started in just a second. Wanted to say hello to everybody joining us today. Hey Randy Nicole, hey Cyril BRT, hey Donnie Ryzen, Lethal217. Welcome to Entity Minnesota, Mother Yackle, Ozathoth as well. Gonna have to cough one more time before we start, sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's just that kind of time of year. But, okay. It also looks like we have 0 messages over there and 0 people watching on the YouTube stream. So I'm not sure if that stopped working somehow or what that means. Well, it looks like it's still live. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. We are doing another try stream today. Streaming on Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch, yeah, the Amazon one. So we have Microsoft, Google, and oh yeah, Amazon, all working together today as we work together. Let's go ahead and grab some food real quick before we start and hop on down here. We are playing today on the Minecraft server. It is a vanilla server, so unfortunately oh, and a invite-only server, which I do not control the invites for. This is a map of the area in which I am playing on the server. Whoops. This is called Red Sky Bay. This weird star thing here is my cube sign out that way, just out past view distance. And you can also see on this map the model of Castle Ravenloft I've been working on, and my model of the Death House. As I look at this model of the Death House, though, I realize it does not do a good job of conveying the, what do you call it? The fact that I've added a roof to the Death House. So why don't we go ahead and switch to YouTube recording mode, by which I mean I'm going to turn off the face cam and stop talking to the chat. So, welcome Samira2, welcome Early Yay, and Dr. Marcus Plano Schneider, Emma Ethel Jared, Zyre, Iron Ninja, and Tom Miner. I'm going to stop saying hello to everybody who comes in so that we can get the content that you guys deserve. Face cam off, 720p Minecraft, click start recording. Now we like to give it a few seconds to start the recording because otherwise it can lose or cut off pieces. Okay. With all the changes that we've been making around here, I'm realizing that my actual Death House has a roof on it, and my map of the Death House does not reflect this yet. Whoa, looks like we were close enough. All it took was popping that right off there. We can pop that back in, and now we've got our little iron bars and everything. Nice little easy touches like that can really make a big difference on how a project is perceived. So, speaking of little touches, I think that we might want to run downstairs and just start throwing some soul sand up on the walls in the basement, because when we were exploring the basement dungeon area of the house during the adventure, I had added soul sand around some of the pieces of it, but I hadn't actually switched everything away from stone. And I kind of like the idea that the upper layer of the basement has more soul sand, and the lower layer has more cut and hewn stone and cobble, that sort of thing, to kind of convey that, like, the first basement is relatively close to the surface of the land, and the lower part of the basement is just deeper. So, as you can see here, we got soul sand for these tomb areas, but it's not actually continuous. It's just those first few rooms, and it definitely does not go around the corner down to here by any means. Now, I'm not sure, maybe even this area should not have as much soul sand. It's, because, like, the ceiling being supported by the jungle wood beams, I think, works pretty well. But we're going to want to look at how we handle all of this. Also, this area here should be like a dining hall for the cultists, and we're going to want to come back and put in a table and even dig out further, because there's supposed to be several rooms back this way, but I think we ran into like a cave or something with mobs in it, which I need to better light up in general. I hear mobs, but we'll want to punch through a lot of this as well, I'm assuming. So we could even get started on that a little bit, although I'm realizing with a mostly full inventory, not exactly the best use of our immediate focus. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out my map and start putting in some soul sand walls around here. Okay. So yeah, in the original map, there's supposed to be like wooden pillars like all over the place, like these supports, but I had to really draw them down in order to make this kind of fit. Let's see. Fast moving detail of the vines destroys the video compression algorithm. Funny. Cyril BRT says he gets 3 emails when I go live now. Sorry? Okay, so quickly just comparing what I have on my map here. We've got this 5x5 room, which could easily be, okay, so this is going to lead to these stairs down here, and I also need to dig out this well room, which is supposed to really go this way, I think. So just kind of digging this out and putting torches down will make a big difference. Okay. Do I have any extra chests? No, that would of course be smart. But it's too late to do anything about that. Thank you for the host, Chipster. Okay. So, I haven't turned the webcam back on because I'm technically still recording. Like, I haven't turned off the recording. I'm just mentally mapping things for the next segment of the show. So as I review this upper area here, the obvious place to start is just to grab some of these walls, knock them out, and replace them with soul sand. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast, you know. Somehow, my shovel and pickaxe have been switched to my hotbar, which I feel like there was a logic to how I set those up when I first started playing Minecraft that had something to do with my old Quake habits. Like, 1 is always the melee, I know that. But I don't remember why I put shovel in 2 and pickaxe in 3. But I have to have that, or I just get too easily confused. But anyway, so having these freestanding walls be made of dirt seems a little bit less optimal to me, because in some ways it feels like these edges where it's dug out makes sense. But like if we're going to have divided pieces between, or barriers kind of in here, the soul sand feels a little less appropriate. But I will leave it to you, the commenters, to fill me in on what you think I should do, because I do read every comment, and honestly, I need the help sometimes. So, just like this tunnel here, this will look way spookier, also this, with soul sand. That is the simple, long and short of it. So, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to end up with not enough torches here somehow, because I'm knocking out so many torches with these walls. Where's that second stack of soul sand? There it is. So, kind of just feeling this out. The floor feels a lot... well, kind of strained my voice there. As I add more soul sand to the walls, though, and make them more monotonous or monosystemic, the variety of the ceilings and walls otherwise, or let's try that sentence again. As I rack my... no. As I... These walls have become progressively more ensouled, but that makes me look at the soles of my feet. Oh no, my feet are invisible. But the floor below my soles is, like, more out of place than it was. Like, it's fine to have this feel like it's hewn from rock and have a rock floor and a rock ceiling to some degree. Like, the Minecraft brain accepts this. But the weird thing is that when you start putting this ensouled sand around the walls here, it starts feeling more and more like the ceiling and the floor need to have something special about them too. So I might go in and replace the floor with cobblestone and leave the smooth stone on the ceiling, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how I want to parse that, but definitely something to think about. Oh, that's a baby silverfish one. Dang it. That's a baby silverfish. Is there a trick to breaking the baby silverfish blocks without, like, getting a bunch of silverfish all over you? I don't remember. But let's go ahead and dump this extra dirt here for now, so we can pick up these extra things. We'll just use that chest as our temporary item dump. I feel like video's getting choppy. You know, I'm noticing that too. Is that maybe because Mumbo's doing... I'm getting 220 frames a second, ostensibly here. So, I'm not sure if that's something with the encoder having a hard time keeping up. It seems to be like when I'm moving... Well... Well, not sure what that is. Okay. It probably is Mumbo, but let's just be honest. Also, if while I'm down here, there's no penalty for me setting my render distance down to like 6 chunks. So, wow. My frame rate just shot up to 440. And Mumbo's gone, so that'll fix it too. But yeah, this already feels more responsive. Fluid. Well, no, there it was again. Just like as I was walking here, I got... I don't know. Maybe. Things I don't have time for is solving this problem. So, although, yeah, that stutter there when I walked down the stairs, was that because I bumped my head? Or was that because something went wrong with the video? This is the behind-the-scenes fun you guys normally don't have to do. I felt like I stuttered there, too. I'm going to stop the recording real quick. Okay, start recording again. So, not sure what that was. CPU usage isn't maxed out. But yeah. Anyway, so detail work. We need to dig out this cistern room here. And the cistern room is going to have connections to this. So, on the one hand, I kind of want to just come in here and dump as much soul sand as I can, just to get stuff kind of mentally in order, so I can start figuring out what materials I want to use. Why am I doing those? Oh, because those are visible, because of the stairs. And I might want to have posts holding that up too, now that I think about it. Okay. We'll just place these here like so. Boom. What a sandy old soul it was. And that goes down to there. I feel like maybe I should make those stairs lower. Whoops. Am I going to be able to get out of here still? I hope so. Okay. The cistern room needs to be by the brethren room. Thank you, Mother Yackle. I will make a mental note of that for future development here. If you guys in the chat have suggestions for the, Oh, you suspect the soul sand is too detailed, and that's causing bandwidth issues, or compression issues. That's an actually interesting point. I was going to say, if you guys also have suggestions for what kind of... If you disagree about the cobblestone floor, or you think... Like, it's supposed to be a pretty rough dungeon. Like, if I go down here... it's carved out of earth, clay, and rock. Tunnels are 4 feet wide by 7 feet high, with timber braces at 5-foot intervals. Rooms are 8 feet tall and supported by thick wooden posts with cross beams. The only exception is Area 38, which has a 16-foot high ceiling supported by stone pillars. Should be an earthen floor. Maybe, what would be a good floor then for earthen floor? Like maybe, for earthen floor, maybe podzol would be, or packed dirt would be good. Maybe I need to scatter packed dirt and podzol in with the soul sand in general to make the whole thing feel less of one thing than another. So we get some coarse dirt, we get some podzol, like cobblestone floor. Like I said, might be better for the downstairs area because I like the idea that the two areas are more visually distinct. This is not a direct... We're not trying to directly replicate everything that Chris Perkins did. We're trying to think about the decisions he made and then map them into a three-dimensional space in the same way that you might try to adapt them into graph paper if you were playing at a table. And your choices of graph paper markers are not going to be exactly how Perkins imagined the walls worked in the book. They're going to be like a blue marker. So, you know, it's kind of a weird analogy, but we do have to keep in mind that we are working with a limited medium here, and that, whoops, we are making decisions. Not that decision. That decision is not going to stay. That painting was an accident, but we do have to think about these things. So, we've got part of the basement here. We're out of soul sand at this point. Another example of like Minecraft dynamics versus D&D is in Dungeons and Dragons, or in the actual book Curse of Strahd by Chris Perkins. This is supposed to be a spiral staircase, which I could not fit inside the walls of the house based on the limitations of the architecture. Also, in the book, the walls of the house are infinitely thin, whereas in Minecraft the walls are 1 meter thick. So, a little bit tougher. But just for kind of give you an idea of the ways I'm interpreting things, this is supposed to be a room full of furniture that's been covered with sheets. So I just kind of hinted at the shape of some furniture and threw some wool blocks down. You know, there's supposed to be a furnace in the corner for warmth. Yeah, put one in. That sort of thing. Nothing too crazy. So, let's go ahead and continue through the house, looking at, well, accidentally putting torches down, but also looking at other things that we can improve. Whoa, that was a huge stutter there. I'm going to look into my CPU settings, because something is clearly wrong. Task Manager. Where you at, Task Manager? You're trying to show on a monitor that isn't there. Okay, we're closing everything else out on the computer that's not running right now. OBS stays open. Steam, you're gone. RAID Array Manager, you're gone. Pause, you're gone. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so processes, we're going to keep this open here next to us. So if anything starts going nuts at the same time it stutters, I can kind of get an idea of what's going on. Let's go ahead and start the recording again, just in case anything's... Sometimes when things like that go crazy, it goes, little nuts. So, here we go. Yeah, yeah, mixing in dirt, concrete powder in the walls and stuff in the floors downstairs should look good too, now that I think about it. So, thank you for the advice there, Randy Nicole. Okay, so this up here is supposed to be a bed... What happened? Something with our encoder again. Anyway, this is supposed to be a bedroom. If we have to... This is the nursery. There's supposed to be a black shroud over the crib, which I was thinking about doing by putting, like... Oh, I put some black carpet blocks over the crib. That would be good. Let's go get some wool and dye it real quick. That would be a good idea. And we are also short on the armor we need for all of these. Okay. See, another stutter, but like nothing in here is telling me that it's going wrong. Like my CPU isn't maxing out at the same time. So, okay. Let's just go ahead and block of iron, block of iron will be handy for the for making the armor pieces. We don't need the dark oak fence right now because we're done with our chandelier. We don't need the purple dye at the moment. We will go ahead and grab... What are we going to grab? Also, this is the pantry for those of you who hadn't figured it out after I walked through the kitchen. I'm using the pantry as my storage room for this project because it's supposed to have a bunch of stuff in it, and so it's not out of place for me to throw a bunch of stuff in it. Okay, so we're going to put these fences up. We'll hold on to the paintings for right now because we might need those. Okay. Ink dye. We're going to need white wool. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make the, yeah, let's go ahead and make the extra armor stands first, or the extra armor for the armor stands first. I think I'm good with obsidian for the time being. So, we're gonna need, we've got 4 iron stand or armor stands, so we're gonna need 4 helmets. We're gonna need 4 pairs of pants, which we have 1 of already, so we need 3 more. Gonna need 4 pairs of boots. No, 3 pairs of boots. And finally, some chest plates, but looks like our inventory is already filling up. So, and we're running out of those. 1 chest plate, 2 chest plates. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna drop something on the ground or in here to make room. Great. So let's proceed back upstairs. Whoops. Okay. Oh, okay, so here's where our armor stands are. So I've gone ahead and I've prepared 4 sets of armor, 1 for each of these armor stands. One of the great things about armor in Dungeons & Dragons is that anytime people see it, they either want to, like, inspect it and take it, or, like, wear it for themselves. Like, a player might be like, ooh, suit of armor, I'm going to take it. And other times, the suit of armor might be, like, enchanted or magic or crazy somehow. Now, it's not always the case that, you know, it is enchanted or crazy or going to attack you. But it makes it extra funny when people are trying to remove armor from something that's about to come alive, or is the armor. But anyway, so we've got 4 armor stands here. This hallway already just feels way better. And our family portrait up there really just makes the scene. But we also have some other things we wanted to do. Like, I wanted to make some carpet, but in order to do that, I need to actually dye it first. So we got 2 black wool. Now we can make these black carpet pieces here, and then we can go put the shroud over the bed in the nursery. Now keep in mind, this is a haunted house, not a fun house, so although it is kind of, it does have fun house elements to how terrible or terrifying it gets at times. So there we go. Come in here, you got your crib with your shroud over it. I think, I don't know, you could do better than this in Minecraft for a crib with a shroud over it. So there we go. Our haunted house, our death house, is 1 step closer to being ready to run folks through this for Halloween. Okay, let's look at some more of the stuff that we have to do. This episode is going to be kind of unfocused in general, guys, because I'm working through all of the different random stuff that I just have to knock out. So it doesn't have like a central theme. The theme is kind of details. I'm doing detail work. So yeah, just detail work on the house. Oh, this is interesting. There is a... Whoops. Why is that so stuttery? So down here, there's supposed to be a closet in the servants' quarters. And that closet comes out to here, but because the walls are so thick in Minecraft, it kind of doesn't work. Well, I guess one thing I could do is I could move the beds closer together and have the closet yeah, I mean these are supposed to be really close together anyway, and there's like foot lockers at the bottom of each of them. So maybe that's actually what we'll do, is we'll move the beds closer together here. So then we can have the door, though, can't be much further over here without running into issues. So maybe our closet then would have to be still like right here, which I put all the doors away. I don't think there's anything too vital to the story in that closet, but we do have to look at it from a gameplay standpoint. Tidy servants' uniforms hang from hooks in the adjoining closet. So I don't want to deprive my players of the opportunity to steal servants' uniforms, because that's very important in any sort of Dungeons and Dragons thing. But, you know, one option that AJH has pointed out, does the closet have to be on that side? Could I put the closet, have it mirrored, and have it be on this side of the room? That is actually way better. That is super smart, AJ. Thank you. That's what we're going to do here. So we're going to put our closet on this side of the room. And yeah, that'll fix it. I don't have the blocks right now to actually put the closet in, but that is a good note for later, because this floor is looking better already, although we still don't have like our big piano in here. We're still missing 2 of those black wallpaper pieces. So let's just go ahead and hop down. Dang it. Oh, I'm on the first floor. I was like, oh, I'm going to fall down real quick. Not quick enough. So, there's one piece of that. Another, okay, some terracotta glazed. I'm going to take more bookshelves. Now, I'm going to want seats for that upper parlor area. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chairs in the original. No, 11. Okay. No, 10, 11. Dang it. I can learn to count, guys. I promise. So, for the chairs, we're just going to use really basic oak wood stairs. We're not going to do anything too formal, fancy. How are we doing on oak wood planks, though? Because it looks like we are not necessarily doing great. Oh, there we go. Oak wood planks. And I might also use the oak wood planks for the desk in the upstairs or the upstairs study. So let's go ahead and just get a bunch of these. We're going to need at least 2 foot lockers for the servants' quarters. And we're going to need 11 stairs. We can use extra stairs for desks and extra slabs for desktops. Okay. Now, we're still short. Let's go ahead and get 2 more chests to use as toy chests. And we are going to need... what else? In addition to toy chests, we're going to need like another 2 beds. Now, I might have already depleted all of my wool. Did I? Gray wool. I've got 4 gray wool. Just not enough to make a bunch of beds, enough to make 1. Although I do need to double up the bed in the nursemaid's room anyway, so that's not the end of the world. Yeah, we are just kind of short on wool at this point. So we might have to race for some of that in the future. I wonder if I should use these red sandstone stairs for the seats in the fancy drawing room. I'll take those up just in case. And we'll leave the cobble, mossy stone, all that here. Oh, we will want this extra that. Wait. White wool. Boom. Excellent. We can make more beds now. So. got 2 more beds there, and if I can get some brown dye, which I'm pretty sure I had, I can make 2 kind of brown beds. So I've got 4 wool also to make a gray bed. And I wanted to make an orange carpet as well. Although that might not be... Well, it should be feasible if I have the red and yellow dye. There's red dye. Maybe no yellow. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, well, that's fine. We can do that later. Whoa, don't fall asleep, laptop. I need you to read the chat. Can I put player heads in item frames for decoration? I certainly can. Okay, so other details in this room. So this is area 15 if you're following along, or 15A if you're following along in your book at home. And it looks like I have the bed on the wrong side of the room already. So we can just remove that. Oh, that's a light gray bed and this is a gray bed. Well, we already screwed that up. Too late. Never getting fixed now. We're just going to have maybe 2 different color beds. Kind of give the impression of... Yeah, that's too stark a difference. We're going to have to pick one of the 2. Clearly. And then there's supposed to be a dresser in here as well. As well as nightstands. So I'm thinking for the nightstands it might be good to use like wooden pressure plates on traditional fence type tables. But I'm not sure how I'd even want to approach that. Because like if we come in here like this, drop in some fences here. See, that's going to be attached to there, which I don't love. And that's already worse. Well, see, that feels too high for a nightstand, too. Like, these beds are just so low, is the thing. But, like, if I put a slab next to it, I feel like that would look even worse. Let's go ahead and get out our axe here. See, that doesn't look like a nightstand. That just looks like... Maybe I need to put the bed up on something, but we can come back to that. Okay, hopefully that wasn't the last bed I slept in, although I've already moved it, so, yeah. Oh, and I do have more blocks that I started here with now. Whoops. Okay, so, in terms of the, kind of dresser, I'm gonna go just really simple kind of thing over here. Nothing too formal. Alrighty, and so there we go. This is a very rough pass on the nursemaid's room. Technically it has everything in it that's described in the book, but in terms of playability it's not maybe perfect. Let's go back down and do the servants' quarters that we were already starting on. Okay. Oh, and this is where we run into our lack of birch. Okay. So when I was looking at it, in the original, the servants' quarters here had a closet on this side, which wasn't going to really fit. But I realized that if I put this over here, I can still get the core concept in. Whoops. Oh no. These blocks are now wrong. Dang it. Whatever. We now have an opportunity for our servants' quarters to have a closet, which we did not have before. Although I don't have any birchwood on me right now, so I'm just going to kind of put this like this. And I guess I could even possibly move this whole wall in without losing too much of the concept of this room. But, I mean, these are supposed to be tiny beds with footlockers at the end of them. So maybe just, it might even make the room kind of feel smaller if I set it up like this. And then, yeah, that kind of feels tight. But it also feels plausibly like a place that two people could be stuck living and endure indefinitely. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and continue. I think we're going to run upstairs and do some work on the children's room. Yeah, this is a spooky house for Halloween. I'm building a model of Chris Perkins' death house from Appendix B of his book, Curse of Strahd. So this whole house is supposed to be creepy. Let's see. Some people are asking, have I played Minecraft, not the Java edition? Do you mean the Edition rock? Because, yeah, you're not supposed to say edition at the end. And no, not really. A little bit on mobile when it first came out, but I don't have Windows 10, and I don't really believe in Windows 10, so I think Windows 10 is actually the #1 reason I have not gone through with pursuing any sort of mixer partnership, because I don't like how Windows 10 works. But I don't know, I'm a Unix Linux guy, so yeah. Okay, so when we come up here to the children's room, this is supposed to have a lower ceiling than this, I acknowledge that, but coming in from the hallway here, I kind of liked the idea that this space would feel bigger or in some ways, because it would make it feel like stuff could fall on you at any time. And the kids' room is supposed to have 2 beds. Let's try that over. That wasn't a good take. Okay. Getting these weird stutter steps with the recording, and I don't know what is causing it. But is it because the hard drive is filling up or something? Let's check that real quick. No, hard drive still has room. It's so weird. Okay. So, now up here on the 3rd floor, we've got the children's room. We're just going to place it. Oh, that was a bad stutter. Yeah, so even though it's telling me I'm getting 200 frames a second, it's doing something where it stutters when I run past things. Is that because I got caught on the corner there? So weird. Okay. Up here on the 3rd floor, I've already worked on the kids' dollhouse, which I'm very proud of. It's supposed to be a replica of the death house itself. I think I captured it in all of its majesty. But we also need to have 2 beds, one there and one there. We need to have a toy chest, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw that kind of here. And we also need to have like a dresser drawers type thing. Oh wait, no we don't. We need to have a pile of bones on the floor. But I don't really have a good way to represent that right now, so why don't we just use some carpet? Yay, carpet. Makes a huge difference. See? There we go. Dollhouse, toy chest, 2 beds, pile of bones. One less thing to worry about. Once again, this is a haunted house. We are getting ready for Halloween, so it's a good start. Okay, so let's see. I'm a little bit disturbed by the amount of stuttering I'm seeing on my encoder here, because I had some really bad stuff happen with a recording a few weeks ago, and I thought I had worked around it by disabling Optifine and tweaking a bunch of things in Minecraft, but you know, now I'm running the game with my render distance at 6 chunks inside of here, and it's still going pretty poorly. So, yeah, that's sort of stutter right there. That worries me. Hermitcraft is a whitelisted vanilla Minecraft server that Joe does not have invite powers to. Very correct. Okay. So, let's see. I think this is probably... Whoops. While I admit that there's always work... While I admit that there... do I want to have that there? No. While I admit that there's always work left to do on the Hermitcraft server, dang it. While I admit that there's always work left to be done on the Hermitcraft server, especially detail work with this house, like, I mean, look at this room. We said we were going to have how many chairs? 11. How many chairs do we have? Not enough, I'll tell you that. But you know what? I don't think 11 will fit in here anyway. So, you know, I mean, at a certain point, there are, you know, other considerations to be had. But anyway, we are basically going to have to wrap up this episode because as many details as there are left for me to patch, like this one, unfortunately, I have got to get back to work. So, thank you guys so much for joining me today for this recording of yet another Hermitcraft episode inside of Chris Perkins' Death House. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Stop recording. Face cam back on. Okay, guys, so that's how the recording process works. I'm going to take the footage from today and the footage from yesterday, and I'm going to combine them to make a video that will go up on YouTube probably tomorrow, but possibly as late as Saturday, depending on... Oh, tonight I actually have a thing I have to go to. So, yeah, this might get edited for Friday morning or Saturday morning, depending on how late my stuff runs. Because it's like, I've got to go to this thing, but I also have to take my daughter to it. And let me tell you, if you take a child to something, it gives you an excuse to leave early if you are not having a good time. But I suspect that I might have a good time anyway. And hopefully without her trashing a bunch of people's stuff. I mean, she's a good kid, but like the thing with 4-year-olds is like, even if they're good 99% of the time, you know what they're capable of. And so at a certain point, you're just like, she might go and have fun, or she might go and decide that this is the worst day ever, and that she wants to take it out on whatever is nearest by. And a big part of parenting is the fact that you understand that that's a continuous process to resolve these things. So, it looks like I'm missing, okay, I've got 3 pieces of footage from yesterday and 3 pieces from today. Yeah, because I kept starting and stopping the recording because of the stutter. I'm so disturbed by that. I've been thinking of... So my computer right now is from 2012. I built it myself, and I think it's getting a little old. So I'm worried that there's some sort of heat-related issue with the processor. Just as it gets older, it's just not handling the load of running things the way it used to. Because what I'm doing right now should not be so intense that I'm seeing these stutters like this. Anyway, if you guys want to, you can always help me pay for new equipment at patreon.com/JoeHills. I'm just going to type that in some of the chats. I'm not likely to buy a new computer this week, which I'm hoping to last about 3 months. I want to wait for the next round of Intel processors so I can see how they compare to the AMD stuff right now. But so patreon.com/JoeHills is the link if you would like to support my work. If you would not like to, no one has to. You cannot support my work because you don't like it. You cannot support my work because you can't afford it. You cannot support my work because you have better things to do with your time and money. I will not take it personally. But it does make it easier for me to make more videos and share with you guys when folks do chip in. In fact, I'm in a studio space right now that we almost break even on every month. So feel free to chip in and help toward that too. But anyway, I've got a day job that I have to get back to because that's who's really paying the bills for the studio and the computers and stuff at the moment. So, until next time, stream, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. And Lethal says, aren't we supporting you by watching the stream videos? You are supporting me by watching the stream and videos. But, yeah. Like, supporting, like, financially. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate your financial support and your personal spiritual encouragement, Lethal. Catch you guys later.